What's up, Savvy Expats? You're probably wondering, Evan, why the heck are you wearing a sweater in the Philippines? It's so hot there. And secondly, why are there pine trees? Guys, the reason for this is because we are currently in Baguio, 5,000 feet above sea level, 4 hours away from Manila. We woke up at 3 a.m. this morning to come all the way out here for some property viewings for one of our expat clients named Jeff, hailing all the way from Arkansas because he was curious about Baguio. He was actually a part one in one of our previous videos where we went on property viewings with him in BGC. But before we show you some of the property options, affordable property options out here in Baguio, first things first, let's get some breakfast. How much are the rooms here, Jeff?
4,400.
4,400.
Yeah.
That's like BGC prices.
Oh, it's higher.
That's higher than BGC prices. Yeah. How much was your Airbnb in BGC?
Probably 2,500 a night.
2,500 a night. Yeah, so we just transferred from Victoria Cafe and now we're at Alvea Cafe Morning. And the rooms here at Alvea, this hotel, 4,400 a night. Nearly $100 per night, which is like BGC prices. But you have a nice view. Let me show you guys this.
Nothing wrong with that. The price for that.
Oh wow, look at this, guys. Absolutely gorgeous view of the mountains of Baguio. Holy, I mean, yeah, expensive hotel, but a view like this makes it a little bit worth it.
Yeah, I can breathe easier.
Oh yeah, for sure. Alright guys, and of course, we're not going to do our viewings on an empty stomach, so right now we're getting some breakfast, and it had just arrived. Jeff and I got the same exact thing. We got our bacon and eggs. Because we're in the Philippines, of course, some garlic rice came with it as well. How's the breakfast, Jeff?
That was wonderful.
Absolutely. I mean, this view makes it 10 times better for sure. And yeah, food is really good. As you can see, I already dug into it. As far as the prices go, definitely a lot more affordable than BGC. All right, Savvy Expats, like I mentioned, we left Manila at 3 a.m. and our property viewings with Jeff isn't until 11 a.m. So we still have a lot of time on our hands. I slammed 2 plates of food. We just finished our breakfast, and now we're also here with one of our relocation specialists who works with the Savvy Expat, Julie. And we were just having a conversation as we're enjoying our breakfast about like what to watch out for when looking for a potential partner out here in the Philippines. And Julie, we've served over 65 plus expats with their move out here to the Philippines. Having served over 65 Americans, what would you say like your number one pieces of advice are for expats looking for a partner out here?
One of my advice when looking for a partner, especially if you're an expat, is that do not go to the Christian dating app or something like that. Do not go on dating apps because mostly some of our clients get scammed with a lot of datings and girls trying to catfish. So I'm guessing you should watch out for that. I feel like you should, when you're coming here to get the love of your life, I think you should do it naturally. There's a lot of tons of people out there free. There's like 10 billion people in the earth. I don't know, 7. I'm bad at math. But yeah, stop looking for girls with daughters or sons. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them, but some of them are a bit sketchy.
A bit sketchy. That's good advice. And I mean, one of the biggest red flags that I've talked to our other expats about is like they told me, Evan, she said that her aunt recently just got sick and she's in the hospital. Like, should I give her the 10,000 pesos? And I'm like, okay, so you're meaning to tell me that you just started texting her and now you're gonna give her 10,000 pesos? Little red flags like that. I'm sure you guys have the common sense to avoid that, but watch out for those little things. Other than that, we will be going on our property tours very, very soon with Jeff. So, little piece of advice for you guys. Alright guys, so we are at the first complex of the day at a building called Summer Pine Residences. Now we aren't in the unit yet, however I do want to show you guys the balcony on one of the floors here. Look at this guys, absolute gorgeous weather. Like I keep on saying, the air quality is so much more noticeable in Baguio than you'd find in Manila, obviously. I mean, we're up in the mountains. There's very crisp, very clean. You can feel it in the lungs. And we are currently in the clouds. An absolutely gorgeous view of the mountains and the pine trees here. Savvy expats. So walking into the first unit of the day, immediately upon entry, as you can see, this unit is a very narrow unit. Now, one thing to note about Jeff's specific criteria that he gave us when we first hopped on call is the biggest reason, or one of the major reasons why he wants into the Philippines, is for the affordability factor. And so we stuck into the budget range around 20,000 pesos to 35,000 pesos per month, which in dollars is roughly about $380 to $680 per month. As far as this unit goes, let's walk inside here. And as you can see, it is a very narrow style unit. We have the 4-person dining table in front here, the kitchen on the right hand side, and then immediately upon entry on the right side, you also have a small little bathroom. Now, just to set a little bit of expectations, when it comes to the units in the provinces, it will be a little bit more, quite a bit more outdated than what you'd find in a metropolitan city like BGC, which you've seen in our previous vlogs. At the very end of the unit, we have a small, tight living room here. This unit specifically is 33 square meters. And then what's nice is that you also have this little veranda outside of your unit. Again, small, but if you're not looking for a big place, let's say you're here just by yourself or with your companion, this may do the job at a more affordable price range than what you'd find in a city in the Philippines. We're in the clouds right now, so it's an absolutely gorgeous view. A little coffee table on the outside here to enjoy the nice, cool Baguio weather with a cup of coffee. And then this cute little staircase walking up to the 2 bedrooms here. So watch your step, because it feels like we're in a treehouse right now. And if you're tall, this is not going to do the job. I'm 5'9", not even the tallest guy. And look at this guy. Like, does this tell you that I'm not in the province or what? I gotta bend down to get into this room, but let me show you guys this. I mean, for a big guy like Jeff, this is not going to work out. This is the first bedroom right over here. And then for the second bedroom, it is right over here. So also very small. And guys, I mean, I know it's not the most beautiful place, but for the budget range that we're working with, you will get like a smaller unit in Baguio specifically. So this is one of the units. This one is specifically 35,000 pesos per month, or roughly around $680 per month for 33 square meters of space. So let's see what else we can find for Jeff. And then what's also nice is that they have this little garden out here, and then a little playground for some children here as well.
We also have a basketball court.
Oh, and a small basketball court up there
All the way
too.
down there is the parking.
Here's the parking.
Bonfire pit.
Okay, and then they have a bonfire pit. A bonfire pit and a grill out there as well, which is of course nice to have when you're in a cool place like Baguio. Julie's enjoying the swing. What do you think of that unit, Jeff? What was your main gripes about it?
Bottom floor, no view. Too cramped.
Too cramped, yeah. Let's go on to the next unit and see what we can find. All right. So as the day goes by, it just keeps on getting colder and colder out here. And as you guys can see, look at how gorgeous this is. I mean, this is a nice little break from Manila with the fog in the mountains here. So next, we are at Moldex Residences here, and it's very close to Burnham Park, the main district of Baguio. And so when you're like the city center right now, prominent location for Jeff here. You feel that cold breeze, Jeff? Savvy expats, now walking into the second unit of the day. This building, Moldex Residences, is a prime location within Baguio. However, when it comes to the size of this unit, it is quite cramped and small. Now, let me show you guys what it looks like. Immediately upon entry, we have the kitchen area here, limited counter space and cabinet space here, the fridge straight ahead, and then right over here would be the bathroom, small bathroom. We have a simple toilet, sink, and stand-up shower here. And then outside of that, little dining table, and then the couch right here. Moving straight ahead in the unit is the one and only bedroom. So technically it is like a studio or a one bedroom unit. And then here we have the balcony. How many deposits?
It depends, 1 year or 6 months or 3 months. Yeah, we have the units that you can stay for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and also a year or 2 years or 5 years.
Can we do one month at a time, and then whenever the other one is available, I start signing a contract then?
Okay. You can, I know it will be an advance rental. So if you just rent for 1 month, so you can experience how it goes well. Then when it's well, you can continue. Okay.
Yeah, it's a nice temporary place to stay in Baguio before the next unit's open.
She gives me an option to begin here,
Yeah.
and then one of the bigger units opens up with a view. I have an option to lease that first term.
Exactly. That's a nice option to have, and this is a good location as well. And really quick, Savvy expats, if you are planning on moving to the Philippines within the next 1 to 4 months and you're serious about pulling the trigger on this new chapter of your life, just like Jeff in this Baguio tour, feel free to book a diagnostic call with me in the link in the description down below, and we'll have a quick discussion on your action steps to get out here as smoothly as possible. I know the feeling. It might feel like you don't know what you don't know, and you don't even know where to start with all logistics involved to move halfway across the world, and that's the purpose of this call. Feel free to book it down below in the description. Alright guys, so that unit is not the biggest unit by any stretch of the imagination. However, it does tick off one of the biggest boxes and pieces of criteria that Jeff had for us, which was the affordability factor of his condo. Jeff wasn't looking for anything specifically elegant, extravagant, and spacious, but more so a place with a good location, which this place has, and a place to rest his head and leave his bags. And this is the kind of place that allows that, because let me tell you guys this. This unit is only 22,000 pesos per month, which in dollars is $385 per month. $385 per month, guys. That barely puts a dent in your wallet. And can you imagine in the States, $385 per month is probably some of your utility bills. Granted, it's not a very large place, not the most extravagant place, but it does check off Jeff's boxes of criteria in terms of a place to stay and has the affordability. Another highlight of this unit is the landlord also is allowing Jeff to rent out here month by month. So she's not requiring a 6-month lease or a 1-year lease with that typical 2-month deposit, 2-month security deposit, 2 months advance. No, she's not requiring any of that. Jeff is actually allowed to rent here month by month without having a 6-month or a 1-year lease contract. So at any point, Jeff can pick up his bags and leave this unit for another one of the units that this landlord has at the same residence that is a 2-bedroom unit, $35K per month, more spacious and higher quality. So Jeff being able to have that mobility and freedom of being able to leave his condo at any point, change his lease to a different place, that also gives him the freedom to move on to a different place while still maintaining that affordability factor while getting settled down here initially out in Baguio. So that is definitely another plus, because you guys know when it comes to Airbnb, to rent out month by month, it's definitely a lot more expensive. So that is a wrap on this unit. So the landlord is also showing us another option of a 2-bedroom unit in the same building. This one's $35K all in with association dues, so that's roughly like $600 roughly, $680 roughly with the current exchange rate. So as you walk into this unit, it is a very simple unit. As you can see, the kitchen is on the left-hand side. Compared to BGC and any city in Manila, of course, it is a little bit more dated. Some cabinet space up top, refrigerator. On the right side, here we have the first bedroom, and then here we have the 3-person dining table, living room straight up front here, the bathroom, here's a small little living room, and then the second bedroom. Now, of course, I'm just thinking the same thing as you guys. With all the options, my team did our best to find some of the more affordable options in Baguio. But of course, like even our team had a hard time finding units that were modern and up to date, just because we are still in the province. So majority of units, unless they're posted on Airbnb and are newly renovated, are typically more outdated. Alrighty, so we wrapped up the viewings here at Moldex Residences. This was actually not on our initial itinerary. This is something a little bit more spontaneous for us to view since we're already in the area. Now, Jeff, for you, what were your thoughts on the units that you saw here at Moldex Residences?
Short-term lease available for being able to see if you really like the area.
Yeah.
Before you pull the trigger on any long-term.
And I think for you, would you say like that's the main appeal, is being able to rent here month by month and it not being on Airbnb?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I think just having that option month by month to rent, since you haven't like spent a lot of time yet in Baguio, it'll give you time to like get a lay of the land, see if you like the area, know where the gyms are, the markets are, and see if you actually like to stay here long term. And at any point, like you mentioned to us earlier, at any point you don't like the place, then back to BGC it is.
Back to BGC.
There you go. Oh shoot, Julie's AirPods.
That's expensive.
This is...
You need to get that in there.
So our next round of viewings isn't until 2 p.m. So we got another hour on our hands to just chill, relax, check out the scenery here in Baguio. We're specifically right now at Burnham Park, one of the hotspot tourist destinations of the city. And Jeff, one of the best parts about being out here in Baguio is like we can dress like we're back in the States.
Oh yeah.
And even for us, but you mentioned to me also, Jeff, that you're most likely going to pull the trigger on that first one-bedroom unit that we saw for $22K, yeah?
Yes. So short term, and even at the worst case scenario, I could use it as a vacation.
Absolutely. I mean, really, for a unit that costs that much, $22K per month or $390 per month, there's really no downside to it. Let's say you decide to pull out 2 weeks in, and it's not that much money that you lost. You could go straight back to VGC and continue on with your life. But at the moment, it gives you a place to rest your head and check out the rest of Baguio. So Julie has a sweet tooth, and she led us to this froyo spot, frozen yogurt spot. Jeff, would this take you off your diet?
Oh yeah.
It would.
Not in my diet, man.
Julie's a bad influence on us.
Definitely. Red and sweet.
Yeah, all these sweets right in front of our faces. We got sprinkles, chocolates. Something you guys will notice about Baguio is that this place is a very popular tourist destination for people that are living in Manila. So a very family-friendly place. Everywhere you go around here, it's like families on vacation. A few residents as well, as you can see. Nice little spot for the kids to enjoy with these little bikes here. And then they have vendors all over selling different snacks. Julie got the frozen yogurt, but here they have like chicharron and mango. Magkano po to? Yung mango? $1.50. Guys, that's like $3. I feel like it should be less than that. Like $3 is not even that much money. But I feel like when I speak Tagalog, I have like a little bit of a US accent. So maybe they're like marking up the price on me. Who knows? Getting skin tax again. And then and then over here is Burnham Park, or the rest of Burnham Park, where you have these beautiful like swans, where you can kayak, go on a nice date. And I have made a video in the past about Baguio. Jeff, before you came out here, you watched my vlog on should you retire in Baguio, right?
Yes.
And that's what attracted you to this place.
Yeah, it piqued my interest, that's for sure.
For sure. I mean, one of the places that was in that vlog is where we are right now, which is Burnham Park.
Yes.
So as you guys can see, like we have these beautiful little walkways here. Families all around snacking, enjoying the park on this nice cool afternoon. And over here is the little lake at the center of the park. Ooh. Look at this lake, guys. And right now, Julie, with her sweet tooth, is getting another Filipino delicacy. This is called taho, which is basically... Julie, what is taho?
It's tofu.
It's tofu with syrup and tapioca pearls. And Julie got, because we are in Baguio and the specialty here is there's strawberries. They have a lot of strawberry farms. We can like pick strawberries. That is strawberry syrup on her taho. We got these. You got the knockoff Ray-Bans in Baguio as well, guys. Having a good time. How much is this, boss? Magkano po to?
350.
350. All right, $7 for these Ray-Bans. Let's see. How are we looking, guys? Is it looking good? Does it look real? How much, Kuya?
250.
250 now. He's haggling. Okay, 100 and we call it a day. I'm just kidding, Kuya. I insulted him on accident. Thank you, sir. I insulted him. I'm kidding. I said he said 350 and I said 100. But you're wearing real Ray-Bans, so
These are real.
those are the real ones. Guys, whenever we take Julie around, she is an absolute eating machine, this girl. Can't stop eating. Give the camera a cheers. Lots of food there. Alright, we're gonna go to our next viewing soon. Go for it. On the runway. There we go. Finally got the famous strawberries out here in Baguio. I'll get this one right here. Magkano po, kuya? Magkano po, ate? 100. 100 lang. $2 for this, guys. Less than $2, like 150 USD. That's insane. 100 pesos for this. So walking into one of the last units of the day. As you can see, this unit is a lot more up to date and well furnished for a provincial unit here in Baguio compared to the other units we were looking at earlier today. This is actually a sofa bed, so you can maximize space to accommodate more people in this small one-bedroom unit. And as for the details with this unit, it is actually $35K per month, so roughly around $680 per month. But the big highlight about this place that Jeff especially likes is that gas, electric, and internet is all included, plus association dues is all included into that $35K. And so as you walk along in this unit, immediately on the right side we have the kitchen with the microwave, sink, countertop space. Straight ahead from that we have the TV. And as you walk across the living room from the sofa bed, across from the little dining table area, we also have the bathroom, which is very minimalistic with the toilet, shower, and sink. And then we move away from the small little living room area, which is also connected to the kitchen, of course. Very small unit, but again, everything is included into the 35K, which is not bad. Also very close to Burnham Park, which you just saw over there. Prominent location in Baguio. Then we also have the one bedroom here. And as you walk through the bedroom, connected to that, on the very end of the bedroom, we also have this little balcony, which is nice. Jeff is just chopping it up, getting along well with the unit owner right now. But upon discussion with Jeff, he has a toss-up right now. I think he's gonna like this unit once we discuss afterwards, but he's currently debating between probably this unit or the unit that's 22K. The biggest highlight with the unit that's 22K is that he'd be allowed to stay there month by month without having to commit to a 6-month or long-term lease or put down an advance or put down a security deposit, and he's not paying Airbnb rates, all the while still getting to experience what Baguio is like and seeing if this place is the right destination for him. So yeah, I mean, that's definitely the biggest thing about Jeff is he's looking for a place with flexibility, which that 22K per month condo does have, plus the affordability aspect. While this place is a little bit more up to date, has a good location, and all the utility bills are included into the brand, which is also nice to have. Alright guys, so we just wrapped up the viewings for the day, and what were your thoughts on the last viewing that we went on?
It was handy. It was just a little busy for my taste.
Gotcha. I mean, it isn't right in front of like an intersection as well.
Yeah.
But as far as like price goes and the terms of the leasing period, you still like the 22K
Yes.
per month unit. Is that the unit that you're pretty sure you're gonna lock in on?
Yes, I'm gonna pull the trigger on that.
When would you like me and my team to schedule that out and get the lease drafted up for that?
Next couple of days.
Next couple of days. Well, I mean, we have 10 more days in BGC with us. We'll probably look at a few more condos out there.
Right.
And then by the time those 10 days in your Airbnb in BGC expires, then you'll be hitting the ground running here in Baguio for your first month. And,
Right.
that's the discovery period, so it should be really good. And so thank you for watching Savvy Expats. I am back in BGC now along with Jeff. We really enjoyed this property tour at Baguio, and we'll also do an update video on where Jeff is currently and how his new life in the Philippines is going because of our help. And if you guys are looking for this sort of help that we did with Jeff with getting transitioned out here, feel free to book that call in the link in the description down below. Other than that, hope you guys enjoy this video, and we'll see you in the next one. God bless.